Hey guys, and welcome to the next episode of Conclave Chronicles, my weekly PvP series in which I just try out random things in PvP, and this one is going to be focusing on Wukong, the newest Warframe to come out, and he's kind of a Monkey King style, which reminds me a lot of Forbidden Kingdom, so I'm imagining he's Jet Li. The powers of Wukong I don't see working in PvP too well. That being said, I did just play a practice game, and I'll quickly give some context as to this practice game, because it was one of the worst games I've ever played, in that the enemy team was a stack of 4 people who were literally running around in a little cluster of 4 people, just as a group, and really stomping on everyone else. I had about 6 different people join my team and then leave my team, because they were getting so pissed off with how the enemy team was playing. That being said, I did manage to get, it was 1v3, with me being the one, and I managed to take out all 3 of them, utilising Wukong's powers, which was, I'm impressed with it. Basically, it was a mix of using my third ability to escape the enemy and my first ability to knock them down so that I could do the damage. The first ability is just a little jab with a staff, as you tried to see me demonstrate there, but it has very short range, so if an enemy is just juking you like this one is, then you're not actually going to get a chance to knock them down, and therefore it's going to be very ineffective. Can I... No, okay, of course he stopped running as soon as I loosed the arrow, but the knockdown doesn't last long, as you saw there, and if an enemy's just jumping around like this guy is, intimidation, I've never seen that come up before. If an enemy's just doing that, then the first ability is very ineffective. The only time it really is effective is if an enemy is being very aggressive on you, and you kind of need to, I guess, create distance and knock them down so that you can live and they stop attacking, and you can either return damage or you can escape, I guess. The second ability is a massive energy drain. If you don't know what it does, it basically makes you invincible like this, and now you see, I swear I had a lot of energy, but it just simply did not, I wasn't looking at my energy then, but I assume my energy ran out after I used it. I don't know, because it makes you invincible in PvE, and yeah, escape death by receiving a boost of health when killed, and it makes you invulnerable for about half a second, but it costs 5 energy per second, and I can't see it working. It's either going to be incredibly broken or incredibly nerfed to the point where it's useless, and I imagine it's going to be the latter. I completely messed up my arrow there. See, I've got 50 energy now, so in theory I should be able to use it for 10 seconds, right? So if I go in here and pick a fight with this Excalibur guy, who, okay, Equinox, never mind, the one who just came up behind us, then in theory I should be able to have it active for 10 seconds, but that's not the case. In fact, I'm going to farm some energy and see how long it does last for, and maybe I'll force myself to... Really? Okay, there's some guy going around invisible with Spear who's apparently doing really well with it, and yeah, of course it's Loki. That's actually a pretty good idea, and the invisibility is working well. Like, I definitely didn't see him. Okay, I've got 55 energy, so hopefully this ally loses this fight. And no, he did not. But is that the Loki? I think that might be the Loki, so I might be at risk of suddenly dying to a Spearer. I kind of don't want to use the die Q any longer. I might just switch to my Thibodeau in true Monkey King style. Right, I'm going to use it now. And yeah, the energy drain is non-existent? What happened there? I'm gaining energy, but that's not what I want. I want to lose energy. I never thought I'd say that. Okay, 90 energy. So if I press it, is it a one-time thing? Ah, what it might do is just restore HP. I can see that being the case. That's that's not overly stupidly nerfed, but it's nerfed to a point where it's not overpowered, and it still has some usefulness. Yeah, I'm definitely preferring the Thibodeau to the Daikyu. I keep calling it Thibodeau because of that's how Megamu does it. I know it's for type, or I always used to call it Typedo. Alright, let's try and lose some health here. And in fact I might just be able to... Okay, and if I do... No? Okay, it just straight up didn't do anything. It didn't restore my HP, it didn't make me invulnerable, it didn't make me invincible. I'm not sure what the second ability does in PvP, and frankly it should at least give some indication as to what it does. I know there must be a way of finding out if I read the patch notes or something, but Jesus Christ, that Loki with a spear that's a really powerful combination. He's also blending in with like blue energy and the colour palette of the map, so he's thought about what he's doing basically. I guess now what I will do is show you the third ability, which is like the Cloud Walker one, and this one is definitely one of the best. It's like a get out of jail free card basically, and it's very effective because it also stuns the enemies, and I don't know that it makes you invincible, but it does have a cast time, and that I suppose is where the balancing comes in, because the cast time, as you can see, you can't really cast it in a moment where you're about to die and then you get out of it alive. It's more of a, you cast it to get a drop on the enemies, or you cast it when you don't value your chances. I'm on 1 HP, and you can also use it to get to high platforms like this and then get the drop on guys like this, and then if I managed to, if I managed to turn that around, kill him, I would have been very satisfied, but that was not the case. So the third ability is, I'd say, the one I'd use most often if I played Wukong in PvP or like mained him, and it synergizes with the first one pretty well. The fourth one is one where you get a huge monkey staff, and I can't see this being effective in PvP because of the energy drain. Like I had nearly a full amount of energy then, and it just all went pretty much straight away. It basically just makes your melee attacks more powerful, it gives them more range, I think it gives them more speed as well, and it turns your melee weapon into a very, very powerful tool. And I think it could be good in the sense, like Excalibur's ultimate, his energy sword, I forget the name of it, it could be good in the same way that is, except it's just a very clutch thing. You have to use it when you're in a moment where you're surrounded by about 3 enemies, and then hope to God that you live and that you get to actually kill them. But let's face it, how often is that going to happen? Because all of the Warframes in Conclave feel kind of like glass cannons. You either die very quickly or you kill the people very quickly. Right, and can I get this guy? The thing is, melee weapons are already very powerful in PvP, and the main problem with them is range, which I suppose it does fix, but it's just the energy cost. Right, let's see if I can use it now, and it costs an initial 25, but again, like, because the enemies were just running away, that hard counters it, and frankly, it's not worth. I would rather use the energy cost for something like knockdown or invincibility, if that worked, or as an escape mechanism, than just to extend the range of my melee weapon by a slight amount. So yeah, the ultimate ability of Wukong in PvP, in theory, is awesome, but practically, with just how Conclave works, it doesn't work out as well as you would intend. So I'm actually, this is one of the Conclave Chronicles I've been more excited to make, simply because Wukong is one of the more, I guess, basic frames to play in the game, and I think DE have made a habit of overcomplicating. You see, again, I tried to do the invincibility thing, it just didn't work. But they have a habit of releasing overcomplicated frames recently, like Limbo, like Equinox, I guess Chroma as well, actually, because his energy colour changes his abilities and stuff. And I don't think it's necessary. I think with the last 2 releases they've done, the Atlas and Wukong, they're much more simple, but at the same time they're cool, and they fulfill a purpose, and they're fun to play at the same time, whereas Equinox and Limbo, whilst potentially very powerful, I wouldn't say they're fun. Right, this is one of the situations where I want to do this and just get away, maybe recover a bit of HP, and if he comes around the corner then I can use my first ability on him, but my shield's are regenning, so can I? No, okay, never mind. Even if that was 1v1 I probably would have lost. But he's just, I think he's going in the right direction, and with the update 18 I believe is coming out today, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the name of the new Warframe is Ivara, and it's like an archer Warframe who looks incredible. Her abilities look really, really just innovative and fun and good in PvE and PvP, and I think she's going to be great. She's one of the most, she's one of the, how would you word the sentence? One of the Warframes I'm most excited towards, yeah, that's it. Just because of everything, and I think her design is great, and her abilities are great, and okay, can I try and... No, okay, the second ability apparently costs 50 energy to cast, so maybe that's why I was miscalculating energy cost. But this guy knows how to get away from my little cloud. Yeah, update 18 is coming out today, I think it'll be awesome. I can't wait to try Ivara in PvP and PvE, I'm really looking forward to it. And I think DE are definitely going in the right direction with the Warframes now. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this video, I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know your thoughts on Wukong in PvP. This is me, Evans was Z111, and this is me out. Peace.
This defeat is a lesson. consider your